Welcome to Warrior Weekly. I'm Lucas DeGarmo, and here with me is Assistant Athletic Director Travis Whipple. We're excited to present a new feature to WinonaStateWarriors.com that will be aired on a weekly basis. Travis and I will run down a week in Warrior athletics, which include interviews from student athletes and coaches. With that being said, we will get right into the action, as the past week was a busy one for the Warriors.
Yes, as the fall sports are coming to a close and the winter sports are beginning, we had football, volleyball, cross country, soccer, men's basketball, and women's basketball all competing this past week. This is a busy time, but certainly an exciting one for the Warriors.
Warrior football draws to a close following a loss to the defending national champions, Minnesota Duluth. Talk about the season and what we have to look forward to.
For many programs and teams, 7-4 overall is considered a tremendous season, especially with the caliber of teams in the NSIC. Looking back, the Warriors have a lot to be proud of, including a win over the 9th-ranked team in the country in Carson-Newman College. Also a tremendous come-from-behind victory at Augustana, which was the Vikings' first loss at home in the new stadium. Overall, this is a great young team that has a lot coming back for next year. I look for them to work really hard in the offseason and to develop. Coach Sawyer and his staff will work hard to recruit and bring in quality student athletes to add to the mix.
You are certainly right about the young talent we have coming back, guys like Simmons, Dewberry, Melcher, Burkett, and Norgard. Also, the offseason should be a great battle at quarterback, as there are extremely talented players ready to fill the big shoes left by Greg Preston. Another team who had its last weekend at home was the Warrior Volleyball team, as they picked up a couple of great victories and celebrated Senior Day in style.
Yeah, with wins against Northern State and the University of Mary, it seems like the Warrior Volleyball team is really coming together. The Warriors defeated Northern State 3-2 in McCowan Gym Friday night, with both Carmen Stankowski and Shannon McGowan going on serving streaks to help the Warriors to victory. Both ladies helped the win against the Marauders the next day as well, winning 3-1. Carmen Stankowski had 12 digs and 16 kills, while Shannon McGowan hit 34 digs. Shannon was also named Defensive Player of the Week in the NSIC for the 4th time. The ladies finish up their regular season against Duluth and Bemidji this coming weekend on the road.
Great to see the volleyball team continuing to move up in this difficult NSIC conference. Moving on now to men's cross country, who wrapped up their season placing 18th in the NCAA Division II Central Regional Championship. Kyle Damon took 88th of 128, followed by teammates Ryan Slack in 104th and Ryan Nelson in 107th. The women's cross country team was also competing in Wayne, Nebraska. How did they fare?
Well, the women's cross country has been ranked 10th all season, and that's how they finished. They've been 10th or higher all year, and they totaled 276 points. The top runners for the women's team was Kayla Gunmanson, who finished 40th out of 147th, followed by Allie Glassprinter in 52nd place. So, you know, a great finish to the season. They've got a very balanced group of runners, so it was exciting to see them finish strong.
The fall sports that competed and were at home this past weekend was the women's soccer team. They hosted the conference tournament after winning the regular season title outright, which was the 6th in a row for the Warriors. Talk a little about the tremendous season they had and how the conference tournament finished up.
Yeah, we are extremely proud of this group, as they have overcame so much over the season. You see injury after injury, they improved on a daily basis, and I really felt that right now they were one of the top 6 teams in the region, and they would move on. Unfortunately, they were left home, but a great season, 14-1 in the NSIC, and they really had a great run down the stretch. They hosted the conference tournament and defeated Minnesota State Mankato in the semifinals 2-1 in a thriller. Martha Curtis scored the game-winning goal from about 20 yards out. It was an excellent shot. And then they went on to play Minnesota Duluth in the championship and fell a little bit short there, UMD winning 2-1. Overall, this was a tremendous season, and this team has a lot to be proud of.
Some postseason awards are already coming in for the Warriors. Lauren Sturdivant was named NSIC Offensive Player of the Year. The NSIC All-Tournament team included Martha Curtis, Lauren Sturdivant, Melissa Sellier, and Megan Rowland.
Warrior fans, we are all access right now with assistant soccer coach Brian Ufile. Brian, congratulations on a great season. It was really tremendous to watch your team develop over the season. You know, some great seniors that you're losing. Can you fill us in on what they've meant to the program?
We're losing 3, 2 of which that have been here for 4 years. one of which that has been here for 2. She transferred to us, came in, was a captain for us this year, and you can't take back what they did for their time here. The 2 that were here, 4 winning seasons, 4 conference championships, and the one that was only here for 2. I mean, she added to those 2 and was a great leader for this team.
You know, like we touched on earlier, it was a great season. You guys seemed to improve weekly and overcame a lot. Was there a defining moment in the season, maybe, where you guys came together as a group?
We had a rough start, and you were actually there for it. We went to Colorado and went 0-2. We started off our season 1-3, and through that, I think we really came together on that road trip, losing 2 tough games that we thought we had a chance to win, or maybe thought that we deserved to win. Ball just didn't bounce our way, a little unlucky. But on that trip, the team came together. We were outside of Winona, so all we could do was be together for that, and I think we came back a stronger team for it.
Came back a stronger team, went 14-1 in the conference, including 10 straight at the end of the year to win the regular season. What was the highlight for you on the year?
Winning conference number 6 at that last game of the year. I mean, we knew we had bigger and better things ahead of us coming to the conference tournament, and then hopefully making NCAA after that. So winning that last game, getting number 6, since nothing was given to us this year, was a big accomplishment for this team.
It was a great season. We look forward to next year with some great young talent that you have, and of course, I'm sure you'll bring in some outstanding freshmen. This has been All Access with soccer assistant coach Brian Ufile.
It was a great season for soccer, as well as all of the fall sports at Winona State. We will be back to recap the start of the Warrior winter sports season after this.
Follow the Warriors on the Athletics website, www.winonastatewarriors.com, for up-to-date standings, statistics, and news. Log on to the Warriors website at www.winonastatewarriors.com. Tune in to 89.5 KQAL for all men's and women's basketball games, home and away, or visit the Athletics website to listen live at www.winonastatewarriors.com.
As the All Access piece just highlighted, the women's basketball team tipped off the season up at the University of Minnesota and gave the Golden Gophers all they wanted and more, defeating the Gophers at the barn 64-62.
With a win over the Golden Gophers of Minnesota, we are off to a great start. The women seem to have everything clicking to have another record-breaking season. The women's team got a lift from Anna Wirtz, who poured in a game-high 20 points, and Natalie Gigler, who hit the game-winning jump shot with 1 second left. I was extremely impressed by the freshmen, who really grew up fast at the barn. Dulas had 7 assists, including the biggest of the night to Gigler. Katie Wolf has also played some great minutes. These exhibition games will really pay dividends for the team as they look to make the NCAA tournament for the 2nd season in a row.
It should be a fun opening night to the regular season on Monday, November 16th, as the women and men play at home. The men's team picked up their first exhibition win over UW-Eau Claire this past week by a score of 69-55. They looked much better in the second game and will look to build upon this.
Yeah, there's a lot of talent on this team, and they will continue to improve on a daily basis. We really saw more of a rotation in that second exhibition game, as it appears they are settling on a lineup. CJ Erickson, one of the new faces who has really played well offensively and on the defensive end during the exhibition season. He will be exciting to watch as the season moves on.
Thanks for joining us for the first edition of the Warrior Weekly. Each week we will break down all the action while bringing you interviews from student athletes and coaches. For Travis Whipple, I'm Lucas DeGarmo. We will look forward to seeing you next week. Remember, it's a great day to be a Warrior.